All right, well, good afternoon or good morning or good evening. Not sure when you're listening to this, but wanted to offer some breadcrumbs for the 31st. Now, I'm in the course documents section, and I'm trying to add in the discussion forum area over here. I'll have that linked here sooner than later. I'm sorry, but I just can't figure it out just yet. And anyways, so we've had our first class, we've had our second class, and so here we are into our third class. Now, our third class is organized in three different folders. I'm going to try to stay consistent with these three different folders as we go along. And let me go ahead and move this here just a bit. And so what we have here, first of all, are our readings and resources. Now, our readings and resources sometimes will be directly related to what we're doing for that given day. Other times will give you more of an overview for potential several days. And these actually are kind of a combination. What you'll find here is this is a nice article on inclusion, which to me, as we click on it, it goes back to some of the things that Chris Ruffert was talking to us about the benefits of inclusion and things of that nature. It's really written for parents and educators. And of course, there's videos that generally embed it, and it's a nice overview. So if you get a chance, actually, please look at that. And then this is a chapter. This is a very good chapter on exceptional lives. And it gives a nice overview of individuals with disabilities. And so this is a nice overview to get started with. Looks like I needed to sign in, which I didn't. And once you do, you'll be all set. All right, so those are the first, the readings for this week. So we'll go back out to our course documents, pop back into our folder here. And then we have the presentations for today. Now, we're asynchronous today. And therefore, what we need to be doing is we need to take a look at this presentation. And this presentation goes on for about 20 minutes. Now, there's some breaks in there. I'm asking you to stop, do a few things. And the Google slide below it here, and so the presentation, and you can watch via YouTube, etc. But the Google slide here will allow you to take a look at the various resources I'm offering. So for example, as you get started here, when the last thing you'll be doing is you'll pop into a Flipgrid. There's the location, and of course, here's the code. Now, before that, though, and let's go to the beginning actually, you'll be asked on slide 4 to pop into a Padlet. Well, here's the link. You pop into the Padlet. It'll open up the Padlet, and then you'll, of course, add in here with a little pink button. You'll click here. You'll get started, and you'll be on your way. And in the title, I'm asking you to put your name. But that's all directed in my video and directed here in the Google slide. Of course, like I said, there's breaks put in there. And then you'll also have to do something with a series of circles. You'll be asked to write things down. And then there, I'm asking you to post those. I'll get to those in just a moment. And the last thing I'm asking you to do in this presentation is the Flipgrid. And as I mentioned at the beginning, there's a link. And of course, there's the code. So the Google slide, and we'll go back here, the Google slide is aligned with the presentation. So you want to watch the presentation, take a look at the Google slides, and complete those elements. Great. Now, there's also an additional component, and I'll get to the activities in just a moment. There's also an additional component for presentations, and that is watching 4 different little clips from movies. 1 from Tropic Thunder, 1 from I Am Sam, and 2 from Forrest Gump. Now, they're short, okay, but they do offer a portrayal of disabilities. They offer some vocabulary of disabilities. They offer some perceptions with disabilities. And I'll leave that there for the moment, and I'll explain why I want you to watch those. But those are the presentations. So one presentation, that's me, with a link to the Google slides, and the second is a series of clips I found on YouTube regarding some movies. I'd like you to watch those. Now, I already got into the assignments a little bit, but we'll go ahead and go back here, and we'll pop into the assignments. And so what you're asked to do here is 2 different things. First of all, actually 3 different things. First of all, you have activities listed here that are right out of the Google slides. So I'm being repetitive here. So for example, I mentioned the Padlet. Here's a link to the Padlet. I mentioned the YouTube presentation and the fact that you'll need to draw something. Okay, well, here you go. And if you drew it out, there you are. And then, of course, the last thing was the Flipgrid, right? So there are the direct links, the direct directions. Now, for activity number 1, that's Padlet. Activity number 3, that's Flipgrid. So that's where you'll place it. That's where I'll see it. The second activity, though, that I explain in the presentation is the 3-circle component. Now there, you'll simply post into this assignment folder. And so you'll just simply post the circles with the stars and the smiley face, and you'll put that up as an image of something you took a picture of, or as something digitally you created and you upload. And again, the directions are in the presentation along with an illustration. The last thing you'll need to do, and actually I need to reorganize this because the discussion entry in a way is not directly connected with assignment 3, that's more connected with the activities. The discussion entry, and this is like I said, I'm still working on making this available to you, but if we go up under course tools, we scroll down and we go to the discussion board, you'll see there's a discussion entry here, and that is basically about the R word. And I mentioned there's 4 clips for you to watch, and then what I'm asking you to do is after you watch them, I'm asking you to share your perspective. Okay? Now, pretty much everything is due a day after, so this is a class for the 31st, so it's due the 1st, September 1st, 9/1, by the end of the day. That would be by 11:59 p.m., so no later than then. Okay? So let's go back again into these folders. So basically what you have is you have in the 31st readings, a presentation, actually 2 presentations, and then you have the assignments and activities. You'll have to watch the presentations and watch those short video clips in order to do the activities assignments for that day. Again, we are not meeting live. We are not meeting synchronously. You're not Zooming with me for the 31st. You're doing this independently. You could start right now. You could do this on the 1st, but things are due by midnight or 11:59 p.m., the end of the 1st. So that's when things are due, and so that's when I expect it. And of course, you'll get credit for each one of these. If you have questions, let me know. I hope this overview was helpful. And of course, good luck as you move on for class on the 31st. And you'll have directions for class on the 2nd, which is also asynchronous, which is also online. And that's in the folder for the 2nd. Great.